So can you please tell us how you feel about black women wearing their hair out in the natural state?
You mean afros?
Afro, like how I have mine?
I think that's God's gift to black women, to tell you the truth.
Really?
I think it's the sexiest thing in the world, yeah.
I think it's the most beautiful thing ever. It's like when a woman truly embraces who she is, like inherently. Like she steps into that specific lane of like her womanhood, or just what it is to be like or what it is to be her, genuinely, like no alterations, just the way God made her. And in my opinion, it truly embraces what God intended men to be genuinely attracted to.
How y'all doing? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm here today to do another video from the Natural Hair Empowerment series, and this video is about dealing with men and family with regard to your natural hair. So I did a little experiment. I went around asking a couple men what their thoughts are on women who wear their natural hair, and I kind of wanted to know if they thought it was pretty, if they thought it was ugly, if they preferred it straight, and I really wanted them to be honest. So here is a clip from some of the men who responded to my question.
When it's all natural and beauty, like she becomes like a specific kind of thing that a certain kind of man is then attracted to.
If it were up to me, the fake hair thing would be abolished. I love the thought of women in general, but especially black women, because it's almost a culture for them to wear their hair in a perm or straightened out. I think it should be completely natural. I think you should appreciate what you do have and associate with your roots.
Yeah.
I just think it's an empowering thing when black women wear their own hair.
So I think the word naturally, when we're here naturally, needs to be taken into context, because sometimes naturally you're doing your hair up style with the color that's not natural. It comes, it's like fashion, you know what I mean? It's very trendy now. And I prefer women who wear their hair natural with style, with character, you know what I mean? Because then that is when you see the beauty.
I think people should do whatever they want, and I love the afro. It's sick.
I feel like it's great. You should never like feel pressures just from like everyday life or TV to like straighten your hair or fit into the quote-unquote status quo. It's more easy, simple, like getting back to our roots. Like, I think it's great.
So you think it's beautiful?
Yes, and you look beautiful.
Thank you. So when a person decides to go natural, I think that this topic influences us so much. How men or the opposite sex is going to view our hair and our family. And the influence from both of these factors can play a significant role on how we decide we're going to feel about our hair. So initially in the video, as you can see, I interviewed some men that I found and just to ask them what their thoughts were about women who wear their hair natural. In the past, when I went natural, I was really concerned about how men were going to view my hair. I was really concerned because I've always heard such negative comments from men about women who wear their hair out in an afro, and I always wanted to be perceived as someone desirable, and I did not want something like my hair to take all of that away from me. So as a young person, I was really concerned about that. I know a lot of people think like, oh, it's my hair, I could do whatever I want, I could do whatever I want. And it's true, it is your hair and you can do whatever you want, but when you're in a relationship with someone, it is important to know that how they perceive you is going to affect the relationship. And if the person is turned off by your hair, that does matter. If you love them, you want them to be happy and you want them to like how you look. I mean, that's natural. So to say that it doesn't matter, I don't think that that's true. I think it matters a lot. If the person is unappreciative of your hair and doesn't like your hair and is making comments and making you feel uncomfortable, that's another issue in itself. But I do think that there is a compromise. With me and my relationships, everyone I've dated has loved my natural hair. Loved it more than the wigs, the weaves, the hats. Just loved my natural hair, which was a surprise to me. I didn't expect that. So, I would kind of like test it out, wear it every now and then. but they absolutely loved it. And I think that that's just who they were as people. They were able to see past my hair. The hair was beautiful, but really what they loved was me. And when you love someone, all those extra exterior things really don't matter at the end of the day. If a man really cares about you, if you're already in a relationship with someone or married, they may not be too fond of you cutting your hair, because a lot of men just seem to like hair. You know, they like it. They like hair, and they're gonna be like kind of freaked out if you cut it. But if they love you and they realize how much you love it, it'll grow on them. It may take time, but it'll grow on them. For those of us who are single and in the dating world and wondering if men are going to be liking our hair or if that's going to be the determining factor, I say this: if a man looks at you and doesn't like you because your hair looks like this, then there's something wrong with him. And that's not someone that you should even be dealing with. It's okay. Let that go, because there are plenty of men who love and appreciate natural beauty. So it truly is not worth chasing after that. It's really that simple. They don't matter then. Then they don't matter. I think it is different when you're already in a relationship with someone and when you're out dating and you're interacting with people who are not fond of your hair. In any relationship, I feel like there's compromise. If I was dating someone and I didn't like his beard, or wanted him to grow a beard, or I didn't like, how he was wearing his hair, I would hope that if I said something, he would take that into consideration. Say, okay, babe, I'm gonna cut it down this week, or I'm gonna grow it out this week because you like it. So if your man doesn't like your natural hair, or maybe it's not the fact that it's natural, maybe he doesn't like the way you style it, maybe you don't style it, maybe it looks a mess, maybe there's a legitimate reason why he doesn't like it. I work with him. Okay, honey, well, try doing a bun this week, try doing a braid out this week, and then, or even wear, hey, you know what, once a month I'll wear a wig. I'll wear a wig. If that makes you happy, I'll wear a wig. I think that there is some compromise that can happen. I don't think it's all or nothing. I think that's where people sometimes start missing the point. You're not going to force it on someone. You better like my hair. No. Try it. It won't work. If they don't like it, they don't like it. But to be honest, if a man loves you, or a woman, they love you, they're going to embrace everything about you. I notice that I do get more attention with my straight hair or with my my wigs. That is just the truth. I notice I will have more men looking at me, but it is not just the hair. It's the hair, it's the clothes, it's the whole package. Meaning, if I had my hair straight wearing a t-shirt and jeans, I would get a lot of attention, right? But if I had my hair natural like this, no makeup, a t-shirt and jeans, probably wouldn't get any attention. However, if I go out like this, dressed up with my natural hair, I'll get the same amount of attention as I would if my hair was straight. So it really was just the whole package, not just the hair. With regards to family, my family has never been too fond of my natural hair. They just think I look better with straight hair. And I've known that from day one. I know some of you have some family members who are brutal. And I thank God that mine aren't brutal. I'm going to show you a little snippet of when I asked my sister what she thought of my natural hair, what her response was. So this is my sister. How do you feel about my natural hair?
I like it.
You're such a liar. You're such a liar.
I like it. It's just, I don't like this particular style.
Talking about my new haircut?
Yeah, it's just not fitting. As I mentioned earlier, it's an acquired taste.
What about it don't you like?
The back is just a little too, like, it's just too straight up. Mm-hmm. The proportions are off. Mm-hmm. It looks like an old school flat top.
Okay. So you just more don't like the style, but what about the fact that it's natural?
I don't care, as long as it's tamed. Tamed. It needs to be well kept. It needs to look moisturized. Mm-hmm. I can't have dry looking hair. Mm-hmm. Like those wired sponges. That's how it looks like.
Right now?
Not right now. I just don't like the hairstyle. I like the I like the texture right now. It looks loose.
Wow. So you like my hair only when it has a loose texture? It's loose because the top is heat damaged. My texture is kinky.
I like your heat damaged hair.
I'm done with you. I don't want you guys going in on my sister. That's her opinion, and to be honest, she thinks like most of the world thinks, and that's her right to think that. She doesn't have to like my hair. I'm not wearing my hair for her. I don't care. I truly do not care about what she thinks. I rock it and I love it, and she loves me. She could really care less, but that is her opinion, and that's okay, and that is okay. But I do know that some of you guys have parents. I've heard some really crazy stuff that family members have said about your hair, and that breaks my heart, because family is a huge influencer in your self-esteem and in your self-worth, and they're supposed to be your team. They're supposed to be the ones that uplift you and that support you. They're not supposed to be the ones that are tearing you down. And so it does break my heart when I hear that there are mothers saying, girl, when you gonna put a perm in your hair? No, that doesn't look good. That breaks my heart, because although they brought you into this world, although these are your family members, they don't have the right to break you down. And if you are on your natural hair journey, if you believe that your hair is beautiful, if you want to give yourself the chance to love your hair and to grow it out and to embrace what you are, screw them. I know that sounds so harsh, but really, they don't matter. They don't matter. I've always strongly believed in the very simple saying that if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing. Don't say anything. And that's what they should stick by. They shouldn't say anything at all. I'm not saying that they need to love your hair, but they need to love you. And if they love you, they shouldn't hurt you. And they have to know that by saying that it hurts you, because you made a choice to do this. That's something you want to do, and they should support that. So screw them. Do you. Still wear your hair out. Still rock it, because let me tell you from experience, the same people who are laughing at my hair in my family, talking about me, making jokes, making comments, are the same people that turn around and go, oh yeah, you know, my hair is a little dry. Do you have something that you think you can help me with? Or, oh, you know, I want to know about this, or my daughter's hair is doing this. They're coming to me for questions. When they used to laugh about my wigs, oh my God, they used to laugh so much about my wigs. Next thing you know, they're asking me if they can borrow them. You know, people come around, so don't give up on them. Don't give up on them, but screw them for the moment. Just say, okay, you know what? No, I'm not going to listen to that, and continue doing you. But, you know, just know that they may come around, and be open to that too. So I hope that this video was helpful to someone. And if you guys have any specific questions, please let me know. I know a lot of you girls are in high school, and it is hard being out there and having the boys laughing at your hair and thinking that it's ugly and wanting you to look like Beyonce and all the other people out there. I understand that, because it's a fragile time in your life and it is hard. But I encourage you to be strong about it. I encourage you to stay focused on what you want and focused on yourself, and use YouTube and use Instagram and use Tumblr and all those other websites to look at the beautiful women and remind yourself that this is beautiful and this is what you want. And I hope that you guys are not discouraged by men and family members to continue doing what makes you happy and loving how you are made. So if you guys have any other questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys are all doing great. I love you all so much. Big kisses. Mwah. And I'll see you guys later.
I think that's God's gift to black women, to tell you the truth.
Really?
I think it's the sexiest thing in the world.